Tea time with tea. Yummy. In today's chapter 4, I will be discussing body image. This was something that I wasn't going to talk about until chapters down, but more recently it's been something that I've been, struggling with, or it's been a very sensitive topic to discuss, so I just kind of wanted to rip that band-aid out and kind of go over it with you guys. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day, and thank you once again for those of you that have watched chapter 1, the introduction, chapter 2, bullying, and chapter 3, anxiety. So since today is about body image, I am sitting down in my undies in a t-shirt, so I wanted it to be a little bit more relaxed and chill. Don't worry about it, I'm still keeping it PG, but I wanted to kind of get more comfortable within myself, to be as genuine as possible when I go over this body image chapter. So yeah, I just want to kind of give you guys a disclaimer. So yeah, body image. It's something that every male and female faces. It's something that we will always face. It's something that we will always be insecure with. People work very hard to build their confidence on this, but I'm going to share with you guys kind of the stuff that I have struggled with in regards to body image. So I grew up dancing, like I've stated before, since I was 3. I have always been insecure with my body, even in dance, even in high school when I was in cheer. That is when I remember I was tiny. I told you guys I weighed like 103 all 4 years of high school. I was super, super small. But even when I would have my friends over, I remember like in my swimsuit, I would still have a t-shirt or a tank top over my swimsuit, and I would always have shorts over, no matter how small I was. It was something I always faced. It was something I was so insecure with. I was insecure with my thighs. When I was in junior high, a guy told me I had thunder thighs, and that was the first time that I had ever been told that, was when I was in junior high. Once again, I was super tiny, super small, but I'm thick. And I remember when I grew into my hips in high school, my high school sweetheart, one of his good friends at the time, I remember him saying, "Oh, look at Tiara has her hips now, she's ready to have children." And I was crying hysterical because I was like, oh my God, like of course I didn't understand what that meant then. And for a guy to say that to you, it was just like, wow, like that really, really affected me. And so I was always insecure with my hips, my thighs. I remember in cheer, I would be complaining about having stretch marks because I started getting stretch marks in high school on my thighs. And I remember my cheer coach just being like, oh, like that's how it is when your skin stretches, whatever it is. But I just didn't understand it because none of my friends had it, and I was smaller than them. Like I didn't understand why me, why am I getting stretch marks when these girls who are thicker than me, bigger than me, didn't have anything. So that was really tough for me to go through. I also, I can't believe I'm sharing this with you guys, hardly anyone knows this, but I was pretty much born with cellulite. I know that sounds super weird. I remember my mom telling my grandma and my aunt, and I had to have been like 5, 7 years old, super young, and my mom wanted me to show them my cellulite because my mom was so like shocked, like what the heck, like you're young, you're little, like you shouldn't have cellulite. People, like women, you know, once they have kids and stuff and their body starts changing, they get cellulite. I had it as pretty much an infant, so I'm pretty much scarred from that because that's something I've been dealing with. Obviously it'll never go away because it's something I've always had, no matter how fit I've been, no matter how much I used to exercise. I have stretch marks and cellulite. It fucking sucks. Yeah. Okay, so I told you guys how I used to cover up all my bathing suits, always. No one would see me without a tank top, a t-shirt, and shorts over my swimsuits. That's just how it was. And so now let's move back. I lost a lot of weight, and I got super small right when I joined entertainment. And I remember everyone was like, oh my God, you're so small. And I was like, oh, thanks. I really didn't see myself small. I dated a guy who had told me, well, Tiara, if you would lose some weight, I would consider actually making you my girlfriend. And at the time, I probably weighed 130, maybe 125. I was super tiny. I remember when he told me that, I was just like, fuck, like, I was like the first Latina that he had ever dated. Of course, I had hips, I had thighs, I had curves. I really liked this stupid asshole, but excuse my language. It really hurt. Like, it really hurt when he told me that. I was like, fuck. And I remember, like, all over my Facebook posts, everyone's like, oh my God, you're so small. Oh my God, you're so tiny. But I didn't see that. Like, I didn't see myself being small. I didn't see myself being tiny. I didn't see myself that way. And at this time, I wouldn't really work out, but I guess I had just gone through a breakup, and I would kind of work out at the gym, but I've never been a gym person. Like, I hate the fucking gym. And I was just dancing. I was really active with flashbacks. I was dancing all the time, but that was pretty much it. And I still thought I was so fat. I was still covering up. I was still in swimsuits, covering up. When all my friends, I'd be comparing myself, like, oh damn, like, look at her body. How does she have so much confidence? Like, why can't I be that way? Why can't I do that? Like, oh, it was miserable. I wouldn't wear shorts. I wouldn't wear skirts. I would wear dresses, but even then I would feel kind of weird. And even when I met my husband back in 2011, I was like my smallest I had been since like high school. And I was looking hot. Like, my body was banging. Everything was great. I was at my prime. I was 26. Like, everything was great. But I still didn't feel it that way. Thank God he never made me feel big or anything, but I was very insecure. And then when we started dating, months in, I got really, really sick. Like, really fucking sick. And I gained a lot of weight because I was on a bunch of meds. My stomach was burning. I always thought I was hungry, so I would just like eat just to kind of feed the burning sensation in my stomach. And I was on a bunch of, antibiotics, from inhalers to, everything, and all those things you have to eat, right, to take those meds. So I gained a lot of weight. I remember everyone at work thought I was pregnant. Oh my God, it was miserable. Everyone was like coming up to me. I remember this one broad, she came up to me, she's like, hey, are you pregnant? And I was like, no, I'm not. Like, sorry, I'm not. She went around telling everyone, oh, Tiara says she's not, but I know she is. Like, it was such an embarrassing time for me. Like, everyone was asking, everyone's like, are you sure? Are you sure you're not pregnant? Are you sure you're not just lying to us? And I was like, no, like, I'm sorry, I just fucking gained weight. I gained a shit ton of weight in a short amount of time. It was very depressing for me. Anyway, so I've struggled with body image my entire life. And now let's go to last year. Last year was my first time ever posting photos of me in swimsuit without any cover-up. Last year was the first time going anywhere. I was in Hawaii without any cover-ups. I was in Vegas without any cover-ups. Actually, I think what helped me was going to Vegas. So, I don't know if a lot of you know this, but I love Vegas. I hated it for the first 3 years because it was like we were G's. But after that, I really started to like it. And my husband and I would go like 3-4 times a year because it was just so much fun. And so one of the times we were laying out at the pool, and I was just like, you know what, like, there's girls that are thicker than me, there's girls that are bigger than me, there's girls that are, whatever the case may be, who are running around all confident. And I remember I used to tell my husband, like, damn, look at that girl in those shorts, like, they look painful, but like, at least she's doing that. Like, I will not wear shorts, I will not do that stuff because I'm so insecure with everything. And I remember at the pool, like, I took my shorts off, and I had obviously swim trunks underneath the shorts, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna try it. I had the worst anxiety over it. I like went straight to the pool, I jumped right in the water, and I was just like, okay, just breathe, it'll be okay. No one's watching, no one gives a fuck of what your body looks like here in Vegas. Like, literally, there's all walks of life. And so that's kind of what stemmed it. I felt so sexy. I felt so empowered. I felt so like courageous that I was able to literally be in my swimsuit with no cover up out of all places in Vegas. And then, yeah, Hawaii was my next one. And I was with friends who had never seen my body like this. So I was super nervous, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, honestly, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. People are going to hate you. People are going to talk shit about you regardless of what you're wearing or what you're not wearing. So I said, you know what? Fuck it. So I remember my first photo I posted on Instagram last year. I was just in a swimsuit. And even then, like, I'm still kind of like covering up in it and stuff. But that I got the most amount of likes in my entire year on Instagram last year on this photo. I think people just who know me know I don't post stuff like that, and B, and maybe they could just sense that I was glowing, or that I was happy, or that I felt empowered. I don't really know, but that kind of changed my whole outlook in life and body image. Since then, as you guys can tell, I post a lot more sexier photos. I post a lot more risque photos. Thankfully, my husband backs me up on everything. He's like, you know what, you do you. If this makes you feel good, go do it. Which I know there's so many men out in the world would be like, oh, hell no, why are you posting this? Or, you know, oh, I can't believe you're letting your girl post that. Like, thank God he's not like that at all. He knows it's very important to me, and it's something that I've been needing to do for most of my life, and I'm finally doing that. So don't get me wrong, I struggle every day. I'm like, fuck, comparing myself. I was actually telling a good friend of mine this story a few weeks ago. One of the hardest things is when I transferred to that department. As you guys saw during my bullying segment, it was already a hard transition for me, right? So on top of that, I had to deal with body image. Why? Because now I'm transferring to a department of men and women who are fit, men and women who are athletic, men and women who literally work out every day of their life. And here's me, this thick girl coming in who can't do shit because I have every injury in the world and my body won't let me. It was really rough. It was tough. I just remember thinking, like, fuck, like, God, these girls are gorgeous. I can't compete with them. And then I'd be like, Tiara, why the fuck are you competing with them? And then the whole thing, well, you're married. Why does it matter? But I can't be that way. I've never been that way. Just because I'm married does not mean I give up on my parents. Does not mean I give up on my mental health or whatever the case may be. I don't believe in that, right? Like, I do it for me and myself, and I've always done that. But I just remember thinking, like, oh my God, like, I hate it. Like, ugh, I'm like the face of this fucking department, and I'm literally fat and gross, is what I used to tell myself. And I would cry, and I'd be like, oh my God, I feel so ugly. I feel disgusting. I feel like I can't. How can I work in a department with all these beautiful people, men and women, who literally work out on their breaks, on their lunch breaks? Like, what? Who does that? And I'm still not over it. I mean, it's good that I'm not at work, so I don't have to worry about it. But that's something I've been struggling with for over 2 years in this. But I work every day at it. I am really big, and I know some of you probably get annoyed with my selfies or my photo shoots or whatever it is. But I do that for myself, because in that moment, that's a snapshot of how I feel about myself. In that moment, it's a snapshot of how I feel I look, or how confident I feel or look or I am. That's why I take so many photos and selfies, because that's the way I can remember of how I felt and how I saw myself. So that's why I do it, and I will continue to do it. And for those of you that do not like it, bye. But even with this last photo shoot I did with me and my little nightie, I had been wanting to do it for so long, but I was nervous. I was scared. I was like, what are people going to think of me? Oh my God, people are going to think I'm being disrespectful to my husband. Oh my God, people are going to think I'm slutty. Like, you know, all these thoughts come in my head. And at the end of the day, I said, you know what? I don't give a fuck. If it makes me feel beautiful, it makes me feel sexy, if it makes me feel good about my body, then I'm going to do it. And so I did it. And so I posted 3 photos, y'all. I just want you guys to know that I struggle every day, every single day. I actually just had a friend tell me that I'm not fit. And that hurt really bad, because obviously I have these demons that I'm dealing with. And when he told me that, I was like, you're right, I'm not like you. I don't do all these things. I don't go on hikes. I don't go on walks. I can't. I can't. Everyone's like, why don't you take your dogs out? I'm like, yeah, I could do it, but I can only do it for like, I don't know, a half an hour at tops, because then my legs start hurting and, you know, I'm miserable, and then I'm gonna have to be carried out. So when he told me that, of course, it hit me, and I was like, fuck, like, people do still see me unfit. People still do see me, I don't know, ugly. I don't know. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't, you know, I try to tell myself that I'm not. Like, I know I have a good heart, and I know I have a good soul. But who doesn't want the outside to fit the inside? I mean, I do. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to be considered ugly. I don't want to be considered gross or fat or unfit. Like, so I had to explain to my friend and be like, I might not be able to go on, do these crazy walks or these crazy hikes or whatever it is that you do for you to consider yourself fit. But for me, I've already given up soda. I've already given up beef. I've already given up beer, which I love beer. Like, I'm already doing intermittent fasting, and I do that over and over again. Like, I do what I can to keep, like, my heart healthy. I already know the stuff I struggle with. I already know my challenges. I already know all that. Haven't given up on life. I haven't given up on my health. So, please, you guys, don't let people pressure you into anything. Don't let people pressure you or make you feel insecure about who you are and what you look like. I know I have things wrong with me. I know I'm thick. I'm a thick girl. I know that. I know I got big ass thighs, thunder thighs. I know I got big ass hips. I know that. I know I have cellulite. I know I have stretch marks in places that I never thought I would ever have them. But you know what? I'm a fucking woman. I have earned everything on my body. I'm never gonna be that girl anymore, and I don't want to be. And that's what I try to tell people. I was that fit girl. I was that girl with that banging body. I was that girl, but I was unhappy. I hated who I was. I cried all the fucking time. I felt fat. I felt gross. It didn't matter what people saw of me. It's how I saw myself. Every time I looked in a mirror, I saw someone I didn't want to be. I don't want to be that. When I see people who literally put so much pressure on themselves that they have to go to the gym every day, and they can't live. That's great. That's them. But that's not me. I hate the fucking gym. I love to dance. That's how I've been able to stay fit. Zumba or, I don't know, whatever crazy other things that there are. But it hurts. It's hard for me. So, what message I want you guys to take home with you today is, be true, be you. Be you, be true. We're never going to be satisfied with everything we have. That's just how it is. I think those people, so I keep fucking with my hair because it looks like shit. But I was out in the heat, and it's over 100 degrees here in Fresno, so excuse me. But, we can't compete with the next person next to us. We can't. Like, we're never going to be satisfied. We're never going to be happy. We're never going to be them, right? God created us this way. God created us with our bodies. We need to start trying our hardest to love the person we are and love the bodies that we have been given with. And that's why now, okay, yeah, I'll run around in a bathing suit without a cover up. Would I do that if I had friends over? I don't know. Maybe not. But I find the ways so I can feel sexy. I find ways to where I can feel confident. I find ways to where I can feel comfortable in my own skin. And that's what you need to do. Figure out what it is for you. Figure out what it is that makes you happy, and stop competing with everyone else. Because I can damn promise you that skinny girl that you wish you had the body of, she wishes she was thicker. That's just how it is. Guys too. I mean, guys are just as insecure as women are. I mean, y'all can't deny it. You might try to, but you can't. We all have our struggles. We all have our demons. I think that was most of what I want to talk about body image. You guys just live. I've said this before over and over again. You have one life to live. That's it. I'm going to live mine the way I live mine. I'm going to do me. I'm going to do me how I want to do me. And if that's sitting, have a conversation with you guys in my undies, I'm going to have a conversation with you guys in my undies. Like, I don't care. I'm not hurting nobody. I'm not hurting myself. If you don't like it, Peace. But thank you guys again, and for Tea Time with T. And yeah, I hope to see you guys soon. I don't know what the next chapter is going to be about, but maybe it'll be a surprise. Thank you. Bye.